That music can only mean one thing.
DC.
Vinny's in the house. Woo! Say hi, Vinny.
Hey, it's good to be back.
We took a week off.
Yeah.
Because it was my birthday.
Birthday week.
Oh, happy birthday, man.
Thank you.
I already sent you one, so it's fine. Doesn't matter anymore.
That's awkward.
I mean, for funsies, I'll mention it was Al's birthday, too.
Oh!
Yeah. You guys actually have similar birthdays.
The two bears in your life.
Well, yes. This is true. Well, there's more than two, but okay.
I mean, I trim.
CJ's a bear, damn it.
I shave the beard or whatever, and then I realize, oh damn, I'm seeing George today. Now he's gonna think I'm copying Al.
You're tripping up. That's actually not what I was gonna think at all. I would just say you probably should just kept the beard. Hair is the best. I don't know why.
Yeah, but I had a job interview, so had to look.
They will have to deal with it. They will have to.
I even put my long hair in a ponytail, and it felt awkward. I don't like being main. My mane cannot be contained.
Are you saying you don't clean up well?
No.
Anyway, can we introduce ourselves, mind you?
Because I like it dirty.
Anyway, hi everyone, I'm Bone King, otherwise known as George Hernandez, and we have El Capitan over here on my right.
Hello. It is Adrian, the masterful dude of doodliness, the face that runs the place. So, George, Vinny, we have a lot of things to talk about.
LeisurelyVinny.
Yeah. Oh, hey guys, I'm LeisurelyVinny. You can find me anywhere, PSN, anything you want. Just look up, go Google LeisurelyVinny. It's most likely me.
Actually, Vinny, I, and James, Peter, Benjamin, Parker, Alexander, Ramos are all going on Fallout 76. We all got the beta codes.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to be rocking it on PSN. George is super against his gravy train because he's busy dodging killers in Dead by Daylight.
Damn right.
Which is actually a really fun game. It's really hard.
Oh, yeah.
It is hard.
I just played for my first time yesterday.
Yeah, and we'll get to that. I showed him it yesterday for the first time.
I kind of want to buy the Michael Myers DLC.
I bought the Jigsaw one.
I'm getting Leatherface.
I don't like the Freddy Krueger one.
Okay, all right. Save that because I have something to talk about with Freddy Krueger and his DLC.
Right.
Cheap as balls. Sorry, but go ahead.
But we have something to talk about. Vinny, you'll be very proud of me. I've been forcing, George to read comics. I've been giving him my comics. Right now, just some DC. The next comic I'm going to lend him, though, will be a Marvel one.
Oh, which one?
X-Men Schism.
Okay, that's a good one.
That's a good
start.
Sound.
That's a good start for the X-Men narrative that leads off to now.
Honestly,
yeah, it gives you an idea of the characters between Cyclops and Wolverine and their schism.
what was the name of the comic?
Schism.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm more partial to Parabola myself. Maybe a little bit of the pot.
Tool's overrated.
Ooh, wow, you can leave. I know. I respect anyone for because they are a little bit popular. Sure, don't get me wrong.
At the Drive-In's a better band.
Okay, sure.
Also, Freebird is the greatest song of all time.
I will.
Hey man, your opinions can be shouted as loud as you want on here. Don't worry about that.
I don't know about that one.
You can have your opiniones, but you know what? I'll just be over here with my 10,000.
First things first, I want to say, since, regardless, we're mostly funny, we're mostly, comics and stuff like that. I can't believe we didn't do this at the beginning, but rest in peace, Aretha Franklin.
Oh, wow, yeah, that was a big one.
The Queen of Soul.
The Queen of Soul.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. Should we take a moment of silence?
I mean, we can. We've never. Did we do a moment of silence for Vader?
And we're done.
And that's our moment of silence. I was like, do we just do it now?
I mean, it felt natural, organic to just leave George hanging there.
Yeah, I know.
So
that's about right.
Let's talk right now, really quick. I've been getting George into DC right now. He read Dark Knight's Metal.
He's definitely trying.
And then you read The Resistance, which is a bunch of tie-in books. It's not really like an organic story arc. It's more like tying into the main continuity of the event itself. In my opinion, it's good. It's not great.
Basically, I'm going to say...
I said as I burped.
Yeah, it's fine. But I'm going to say what I told you earlier. It's like you can really tell it's not focused on telling like a narrative story with twists and turns. It's more just showing off what-if set pieces. Mm-hmm. And that's cool and all. I like that. But it's like every single time one of these dark Batmen come out, like someone just saves them from them, whether it's Dr. Fate or Mr. Incredible or freaking even evil Starfire ends up saving them at one point. They're even on the same side. Like, there's no explanation as to why the bad guys shouldn't have already won because they're so powerful or whatever, but it's just going on constantly.
You feel it's filler?
I feel like it's a lot of filler, although I really do like the concepts and the design.
What'd you think about the art? Because I really enjoyed the art in this.
Well, the artist changes based on what chapter you're on.
Yeah, there's different books and stuff like that because it's different tie-ins.
None of them were really bad per se. There was one that I thought was a little bit weird in terms of art style, and hopefully I can pull it up and you guys can talk about something while I figure it out.
Now, Vinny, you quit on Infinity Wars, yes?
Yes, I did.
Thank God. It is bad.
I mean, I knew by hand by the first one. I was like, this is not like a great start, but I was kind of hoping like the second one would pick up, and it did not help.
You wouldn't happen to know by chance who's writing it, do you?
Not by heart, no.
I'm going to look that up real quick.
I'm going to block it out of my memory.
just spoil the shit out of issue 2.
Okay, so the main thing about issue 2, Gamora was revealed to be Requiem, who was the big baddie in the Infinity Wars. She killed, whoever this person was, killed Thanos, killed the other main cosmic character, Adam Warlock, who was, during the original Infinity War, was the main set piece to help defeat Thanos.
Okay.
Because, I mean, Miss Marvel, Captain Carol Danvers was already there, everybody, you know, and even by then, Gamora's like, he's going to come back alive anyway. So his death was kind of meaningless because they already alluded to him coming back in like a later issue, you know?
Well, as comics always do. But now this leads me to another question. How powerful is... Because, there's beings like Thanos, whatever, that are very, very powerful. Like, they get the Infinity Gauntlet, they can do whatever, essentially, right? I guess they're just really strong. What's the power scaling like between someone like that and Galactus?
Well, there's a scaling called power level.
The writer's Jerry Duggan.
Yeah,
okay.
It's like kind of like DBZ, but they don't use numbers. They use like alpha, beta, omega. Omega's the highest you could go. It's the strongest you could go. And there are some characters that are beyond omega. For example, the son of Mr. Fantastic and Sue Storm, Franklin Richards. He's
reality bender.
He's 12 years old and he could bend reality.
Oh.
He's currently right now fixing the multiverse.
Okay.
No.
No. The
multiverse is fixed.
Well, I didn't want to spoil the Fantastic Four issue that just came out too much.
It came out 2 weeks ago.
Okay. Well, so he's back now.
That reasoning makes zero sense, bro. Well, what if I was off doing something for 2 weeks and I couldn't do that? You know,
well,
okay, but you know,
spoiler alert: Fantastic Four is back.
Not completely.
Not completely, but Alicia Masters, the Thing's girlfriend, well, they're married now. They're getting married.
No, they got engaged. The marriage hasn't happened yet.
No, that's not what happened.
Well, they're getting I said married.
He's close. I mean, it's not like he's saying completely wrong statements.
Right. But a wedding issue is valued a lot more than an
We had too many wedding issues this last summer.
We've had Batman and Catwoman, which
failed.
Depends on how you look at it.
Failed. They didn't even get married.
They didn't get married. No, she left him at the altar.
Well, it's Catwoman.
And then, the Gambit and Rogue finally got married.
Aha, but it was a bait and switch because originally it was going to be
Colossus and Kitty Pryde.
Right.
So there's just no real marriages. It's just
Gambit and Rogue are officially married.
Yeah, they have a tie-in comic called
and
Mr.
Bendis might actually divorce Lois and Clark.
Finally.
But I love that.
What the hell?
But I love that TV show.
So do I.
Lois and Clark.
Actually, it's a really.
I've never seen it.
It's a really good show.
I've seen a review. It's pretty alright.
Let me rephrase. It's a okay show. Like if you're a fan of Superman, it's a good show. But it's really cheesy. It's really 90s.
Yeah.
It's more of like, from what I recall, it was more like a drama and not necessarily like a.
No, it is not a drama. It's a rom-com.
I think you're thinking of Smallville.
Well, what I mean to say is there's no action.
No, Smallville's pretty bad. I love Smallville. My
sister would kill you.
I
love Smallville.
Smallville is a soap opera disguise. It's a disguisey.
Yeah, but it's like the new Flash shows. You know what I mean? Like,
oh God, let's not
it's
talk
the
about the
same
CW.
kind of
Okay, but
thing.
I actually have big news regarding TV. The Jessica.
We're not on that topic.
Yes, I know, but Jessica Jones season 1 and 2 showrunner has left Netflix to work for Warner Brothers for a 8-figure deal.
Wow, Warner Bros. Is stealing all of our talent.
Stealing or offering better opportunity?
Oh, I mean, it all depends on the point of view.
Okay, but this is Warner Brothers. I'm sorry, but I know of them from a video game standpoint, and they are terrible.
They have some
publishers.
They have some terrible business practices, but overall, I mean,
Really?
Yeah.
Really? You want to talk all the way up there on your high horse, Disney?
okay. I mean, I never said
Disney's
Disney was
been
perfect.
around so long. That
So has Warner.
They've made bad choices, but they've also made good choices.
So has
Disney.
Warner.
Tell me one.
The Dark Knight trilogy.
Okay, well, wasn't that... Wait, was Sony responsible for that at all?
No, that's Warner Brothers.
Sony.
I don't know
Warner
why
Brothers
I heard
owns
Warner
somewhere.
Brothers owns Batman. Also, Space Jam. Thank you.
Space Jam was, I mean...
That's Warner Brothers
looking
because they
back
own
now,
Looney Tunes.
Rewatching Space Jam now, it's more okay.
How dare you? How dare you fog up my nostalgia goggles? We're
that
off
is the problem.
topic.
But back to the Batman metal really quick. I wanted to bring this up because you brought up the art styles. There's one specific one. I think the chapter's called Batman Lost, I guess.
All right.
Where you'll notice it has like the basic art style from the beginning, but as it goes through his stories, it becomes older Batman art styles, like from the older days. And then later on, you could even see it changes even more to
It's
the Court of Owls.
It's reflecting at the time.
Yeah. So I've been
You like that?
noticing. I've been noticing with the Superman comic you gave me before.
Secret Identity.
Secret Identity. I was trying to remember. I just remember the guy's name, Clark Kent, and that wasn't going to help me at all. But yeah, Secret Identity. It did something similar where it was trying to like give homage to the older days of comics and then kind of like have that same art style. And I really like that. It's kind of repurposing it.
I'm not going to give him Schism. I'm going to give him Marvels by Alex Ross and Kurt Busiek.
That's a good one.
That's a really good one.
Another good one. I told him about this. He should start reading Marvel Knights.
Marvel. Oh, I have Ghost Rider.
Vinny
I have
was
Ghost
telling
Rider
me.
and Punisher.
You should really watch because he likes the whole horror aspect.
Yeah.
Oh my
And-
God.
So-
You get what I'm saying? Like,
giving him.
That's
I'm giving him
perfect.
Ghost Rider.
Because I heard Ghost Rider's in there along
Ghost-
with
Ghost-
Ghost Rider's fighting Satan.
Werewolf by Night.
there was another
Moon
character
Knight.
in that. Moon Knight was the other one. I want to
I
see both of
have
them.
Moon Knight, but the Moon Knight I have is Bendis Moon Knight.
I don't know. But either way,
Yeah. All right. So overall, would you recommend this as a buy?
the thing is that if you want a story that like actually tells a story about how the characters deal with problems and solve it and shit, this is not that. This is instead just like connected cool idea to a cool idea to a cool idea. I didn't see it ultimately going anywhere.
And it's Dark Knight's Metal, The Resistance.
The Resistance, yes. And there's some characters, I made a couple notes actually. Damian is a dick.
I love Damian.
Damian Wayne is probably the most annoying Robin I've ever read.
He's actually my favorite Robin.
He's a fucking
Why?
stuck-up know-it-all little piece of shit, dude.
Just like Bruce.
But it makes sense. And you know what? I kind of agree with that character because if someone were to tell me, dude, your father's the greatest superhero that ever lived and he's amazing and he's Jesus, then you know what? I'd probably be stuck up too. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
So it's like
It's the family thing.
he's just obsessed with
That's
his
my
own
dad.
lineage. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I kind of get that. I get that idea. But he only survives because he splits off like an asshole.
Right. I actually, well, when I was doing Capes and Co-hosts, we did a comic book must-reads because it was me and another guy, and we were the only ones reading comics at the point. So we were, like, recommending books. So I kind of want to change that and bring it back in a certain way. What should George read? I'm going to give him one, but I want you listeners to give him a comic.
Oh, man.
If you want me to borrow some of my comics, you can.
I go through them pretty fast. It's just that I need to pick a time. I just need to pick a time to read them. I finished this morning. Thank you.
This morning. How long ago did I lend it to you?
A while ago. I just never sat down and read it. I'm sorry. It's been safe. It's been just sitting on my table. It's
Yeah,
good.
unfortunately, I've been giving him all DC. Vinny could give him Marvel, and I could give him DC. We
Yeah.
could keep doing that. So whatever you guys want to
You
do.
know what? I have Marvel Knights and Moon Knight. You can borrow
I just
that.
have a few more notes in
No,
that.
go
I
ahead.
just want to say, I noticed the differences between the Resistance and the first metal book you gave me, whereas the first metal book was more like, what if Batman was given a scenario much like the other superheroes in his team in the Justice League, but they were all perverted in some way based on some regret he had. So it's like the Batman archetype of his parents got shot, and this is what he became from that. But what if we changed the variables around so that they were similar to other superheroes? And that's where that comic book came in. And it was more like, look at these alternate Batmans that are like the other superheroes but evil. And I kind of dug that idea because it's them fighting the original superheroes and sort of winning, and it didn't really seem like there was any fighting back at all. Anyway, so that was the first one. The second one is more like, what if the Rogues Gallery for Batman all approached at their prime selves. Like, what if Mr. Freeze got everything he essentially wanted and made the city frozen? What if Poison Ivy just actually got what she wanted?
Or the Riddler.
Exactly, and that's basically what this book is. It's not necessarily, oh, how are we going to take down the big coalition of villains? It's just, this is the villain we're fighting right now. Isn't this cool? And it is cool. It's just, you know.
It doesn't lead anywhere.
It doesn't lead anywhere. And I'd say a prime example really quick, and I know we're approaching our time, is the Green Lantern fight against Dawnbreaker. Because he actually comes up with a smart way to beat Dawnbreaker that's not just, oh, he's too strong, if only someone could help me, and then someone helps him. He goes, all right, so if Dawnbreaker is going to absorb the power from my ring, the light, what if I just put my ring to be strobe light? You can't absorb something that's constantly turning off and on. I was like, oh shit, that's really smart, and I would never have thought of that. That's what I want to see in this book. And then in the very next fucking page, Adrian, tell me what happens here. He's like, oh man, I'm gonna do the strobe light, and my ring wasn't even made by some other person. I made it myself, so I'm super strong. Bring it on. The very, very next page, he's defeated. What happened? What happened? Look, this is him turning on the strobe effect. He has the strobe effect. He's like, now we're gonna burn you out. So the first question is, who's first? And he's defeated. Explain what just happened.
Comics.
I have no idea. I reread it like 4 times going like, well, he had the upper hand, he was winning, and then all of a sudden he lost. There's no actual thing that made him lose, and that's why I was confused.
If only had Parallax.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that the giant shit monster from Green Lantern?
Yeah, let's not talk about Green Lantern, the movie.
Wait, it's me. It's my only reference to these things I have.
Stop bringing up the movies. Anyway, we'll be right back. What's funny is like Vinny dances like every white girl at a wedding when this song comes on.
Because I am every white girl at any wedding. Take their wigs off. I guarantee it's me.
Yeah, Vinny's the original wedding crasher. You didn't know that?
Damn. Vince Vaughn?
He's Owen Wilson.
Wow.
I'm here for a wedding. I'm just so wow.
Wow. I'm here to bang your bridesmaid.
Dude,
wow.
if freaking Owen Wilson heard us, he'd be like, I don't even do that much. People stop it.
Wow.
He's real angry. Wow.
Owen Wilson's very angry.
Wow. We've spent a minute on wow.
On World of Warcraft.
It's addicting.
Wow.
Saying
Are
that.
you Horde or Alliance? Wow. What's funny is down at the lobby, I was getting food and we finished talking to Mike, was it?
Yeah.
Mike. And this other guy came in and was like, oh, podcast? I want to do one. And like, you know me. Hey, man, what do you want to talk about? You know? And then he's like, yeah, I play WoW. Wow. And then I'm like, oh, geez, you're a really big nerd. And then I go,
wow. That's your
requirement.
That's your requirement for being a big nerd. Just an MMO, any MMO.
Wow.
But he's calling you all out there in the audience. He's calling you out.
Immediately, I followed it up with, are you Horde or Alliance? And he's like, Horde. I was like, ooh, all right.
The thing is I played Alliance when I played, and now if I were to play it again, I'd totally pick Horde. I don't even know why I picked Alliance, to be honest.
Aren't they the good guys?
Yeah, they were the good guys. They had the Night Elves, but nowadays I'd be like, excuse me, I can play as a skeleton. What?
All right. So that's not gaming. This is...
that was gaming.
I mean, the segment...
He's distracted. Let's move on.
The gaming is later.
It's TV shows and movies now. Let's get started.
The gaming comes later.
Whoop, whoop.
All right. So, Vinny, talk, baby. What do you want to talk about?
Movie-wise or...
You just putting him on the spot?
Oh, comics? Yeah, The Immortal Hulk.
Oh, okay.
How good is it?
It's amazing.
So, Ewing was part of DC, and every DC fanboy, when Ewing left DC and went to Marvel to write Hulk, that literally put not just Marvel fanboys, but DC fanboys, and all of them started buying this Hulk. Like, it's actually in the top 10 sellers. And it's performing very well. Hulk hasn't sold this well in a long time.
Not since World War Hulk.
Yeah.
So as an outsider, let me ask, what is Immortal Hulk?
So,
Vinny, take it away.
So, as you all know, during the Second Civil War, Hawkeye killed Bruce Banner.
Okay.
So, You know, fast forward to now, the Immortal Hulk is the revive of the Hulk, you know?
I'm sorry, you said the Hulk killed Bruce Banner?
No, Hawkeye.
Okay. I'm sorry. How would that even happen?
Well, actually, technically, right now, you're not wrong.
Oh, shit. Okay.
So the biggest thing about the Hulk comics in general, it's all about, science or getting stronger, you know? But the whole twist in it now is coming more towards like a Victorian era horror movie.
For the Hulk.
It's we're not seeing the traditional Hulk or the Green Skull.
Like a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde thing? Because
we're seeing more of that.
Okay.
And it's more of where the Hulk is kind of taking over the body, where if you go jump to the Hulk's mind, Bruce Banner is kind of like locked in his head.
Okay, so then here's my question. The movie, the cinematic universe, they kind of are able to not talk to each other, but feel what each other are feeling and kind of have that relationship. Would you say that's what they have in the comics?
Yes, they do. They can even conversate with each other through the mirror.
Oh.
Which is a whole big thing with the Immortal Hulk, since now he can fully not die anymore.
I thought.
Also, a really underrated representation of the Hulk is Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes cartoon, where Hulk and Bruce were two separate entities and they would talk, but Hulk would talk to Bruce and Hulk was talking to himself. Everybody, who are you talking to? But Bruce is there and he's visualizing Bruce, and Bruce is just like, Hulk, you gotta go do it.
Yeah, it's like his internal speech. Okay. Okay, cool.
In this point of the story, we're seeing less Banner. He's not as smart as he used to be.
But this isn't Savage Hulk, right?
No, this is. I like to call this horror Hulk. Oh. That's what I personally like to call it.
Okay, my eyebrows went up. What?
So right now, Bruce Banner because of his shot in the head by the arrow. He's not as smart as he used to be. You can tell he's not.
But who shot the arrow?
Hawkeye.
No, but it's the joke. You got shot in the head with
by Hawkeye, and right now we're watching this. We're watching this Hulk literally just murder like a whole gang recently too, because Bruce Banner was at a convenience store and one of the gang members shot him and a little girl, and Hulk kind of tracked him down by smelling his fear. And it was the way it was told is like a horror movie. You don't see the Hulk until the very end.
Oh, okay.
All you see is when the gang get back to the hideout, all you see is just broken walls, people's limbs are off, people died.
That's actually a very interesting way to portray that character, who's always known for being like outwardly destructive and always moving around kind of, just not showing him at all.
In a way, this horror Hulk is a lot smarter in that kind of way, He's very more precise.
He's stealth Hulk.
Kind of, yeah. And
not to be confused with Joe Fixit.
Of course. Joe Fixit is the bodyguard mob boss Hulk.
I've seen pictures of Hulk wearing clothes, and they call him Joe Fixit or something. I'm like, what the hell is this?
He's the Gray Hulk.
Okay.
There's way too many Hulks.
And he's in Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
Yeah,
Joe Fixit's in it.
Yeah, and
as an alternate costume.
Recently,
Jill is not. Or any X-Men.
Listen, there's no salt in the wounds. I don't know why you're doing this to me. I don't.
Or Doom. There's no Dr. Doom. All right,
this is terrible.
Fuck you, Infinite.
But yeah, recently the character Walter Lebowski, who was the Sasquatch in the Alpha Flight comics, he recently died in the Hulk comic too, since his story ties with the Bruce Banner. So now we're seeing this type of story where it's just like, what if the beast got loose? And honestly, that's why the Immortal Hulk is a lot better,
So is Hulk kind of like not anti-hero, but he's not a villain per se, but like, is he a good guy with the good guys, or is he kind of like this nebulous force right now?
This nebula force right now. Right now, we don't know. We currently don't know, because it looks like he has an end goal. He has a goal in mind. He's going somewhere, but we still don't know where and what his plan is.
Okay.
I'd like to ask George a question here about, since you're kind of getting your feet wet, we're kind of throwing you in on the deep end here. In regards to comics, how do you feel with DC, the way they handle like vigilantes, anti-heroes, to Marvel with the way they handle anti-heroes and vigilantes? Which do you like better? Like which? Because for me, Immortal Hulk sounds like an anti-hero vigilante kind of, and I mean, in my opinion, Marvel does that way better.
I agree.
because it's street level. It's really interesting.
They show consequences.
Right. But you have characters like the Punisher, Moon Knight, Daredevil. And I wanted to see what George feels. Like, do you like DC's grandiose aspect of it in regards to Batman and such, or do you like this?
Keep in mind that I haven't really read Marvel comics yet, so it's like my Marvel idea of how the citizens handle the superheroes is a little bit skewed, and I disagree with them largely. In the movies, they always blame the superheroes for the aliens attacking. And not even considering that the aliens probably would have attacked either way, regardless of the superheroes. But yes, the superheroes did tell them where they were. Sure, whatever. But in the DC comic books, it seems like it's more of a well-built organization. You know what I mean? Like a corporation almost, where they have things set up and like there's West Coast, East Coast, and then there's, they give specific areas. You're in this city, and the watchtower's up in space. I don't know if Marvel does something like that. I know they have Avengers Tower, but they don't. Do they micromanage like that?
They did in like the 80s and 90s. They had a West Coast Avengers team, which had like the B heroes. Even Beast from the X-Men was part of that.
Okay.
And Wonder Man.
It's also
Wonder Man. That's not close to anything. I'm sure.
Who was almost played by Nathan Fillion in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Yeah.
I need Nathan Fillion to be a superhero again. I'm sorry.
He was almost Wonder Man, who was an actor turned superhero.
I really wanted him.
Perfect.
I really wanted him to be a Green Lantern. Because for me,
yeah, he would have been a good Green Lantern.
Nathan Fillion is the ideal Guy Gardner.
Have you guys seen Dr. Horrible?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, he's Captain Hammer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I already can think of him as a million superheroes. We're good.
Honestly, you know what? Show him up as Captain Hammer. Why have him join the team?
Why not, bro? Captain Hammer doesn't get
He can hammer it up.
I'm here to talk to you about the Avengers Initiative.
But to answer, Captain Hammer.
Actually, it makes more sense to him to join the Avengers than Justice League because he's more realistic than like Superman or Wonder Woman. Because the thing about with Marvel, a lot of these are scientific accidents.
Yeah.
And didn't he actually have the same response to pain that Superman does? Where he's like, "Ow, that hurt," and he runs away because he's never felt pain before.
No, Superman has never done that, but all right.
Did you tell me there was one where someone actually beat him and he was like, "No, I felt pain and actually lost once, so I can't ever fight again"?
No.
I'll have to bring it up. You did bring it up once before, but that's fine. Maybe I'm talking about another character. Who knows? But what I will say to answer your question is I actually prefer the way DC comics handle their superheroes, the citizens, how they portray the citizens handling the superheroes. I like DC's method a bit more. Only because they just sit back and let them do it.
Yeah.
No, and Marvel's really hypocritical. Like, at least the citizens. They're like, yay, Avengers! Boo, X-Men.
Yeah. What the hell?
Well, it all depends on where your location at.
You have superpowers and can fly. I will worship you. You're a mutant and you can fly. I will kill you. Like, what's the difference here?
Yeah. You're right. Besides the Immortal Hulk, I'm also still picking up Moon Knight. Right now, we're diving deeper into it because the thing about Moon Knight is he's Batman with multiple personality disorder, and we're still fishing up personalities clashing against each other.
Is he still wearing that white suit?
Yes, mixed with his hoodie.
That's
How many personalities does he have?
Currently 196.
They shouldn't have called him Moon Knight.
But
Well, technically, he's a knight of the moon god Khonshu.
I know, but that sounds like that's even more generic. He's a guard. He's guard man. No, but like, you know what I mean? If he has a million voices in his head at once and he's all these personalities, call him Legion.
It's never been 196. It used to be like 4 or 5 way back,
but
now they're making like...
Maybe he could have upgraded from Moon Knight to Legion.
he has a
whole bunch of
personality
people.
for where he thought he was Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Oh, but there is... Okay, hold on. Now, I have a question for both... Well, actually, I guess Vinny, since it's Marvel. Legion, the show.
Yeah.
Is that based on a character named Legion? Or
There's a character named Legion who is
Okay.
the son of Professor Xavier.
Right.
Yeah.
And
I gathered that
he
from the show.
portrays the character very well.
Right.
Legion's super underrated. It's a great show.
No, right, and I agree completely. But that kind of character, if the show is to be believed, is fucking broken. Like, he's really strong.
he is.
Like, he's just broken.
He's Omega level. That's where we're talking about.
He's Omega level.
Okay.
He's on the side of like Thanos, a Galactus. He's one of those people who could just... You don't want to fight him.
Yeah, because the show just keeps on giving him more powers as it goes. It's like,
he's
oh,
actually
shit.
coming back into the limelight next month in September.
Okay. I hope he looks like his
Oh,
show
the
self. It's pretty good.
solicitations came out?
Yeah.
Nice, man.
So
That's good.
he's becoming back more in the limelight since Jean Grey's back, and she's slowly figuring out what's been going on. And
Wait. Jean Grey? Adult Jean Grey?
Adult Jean Grey's back.
Again?
Again.
Are they going to kill her again?
Who knows? I say yes sometimes, but
Is she
Namor is in her
Dark
team.
Phoenix?
No, she actually no longer has the Phoenix Force. She
Where did it go? Because I forgot what happened after Cyclops had it.
after
Is this spoilers?
yeah.
Okay, so maybe we should go to the next topic. Next topic, Jamie Foxx's Spawn.
I'm fine with it.
I'm sorry, I just don't want to. Why would you want to give
the movie's gonna be rated
Okay,
R.
Vinny, tell me what happened after.
Yeah.
I'm fine with Jamie. I think that's actually a really good casting. Personally, I'm a fan of the 97 Spawn.
Can you give me an example of like a really good role that Jamie Foxx like this role can be attached to Spawn and I can get a reference
Electro.
point? But that's not his fault though. You could tell that was definitely the script.
That was
Yeah.
also definitely the studio that didn't know
Whoa.
what they were doing.
Well, his theme song had lyrics. I am pain. I am fear. Oh, fuck off. Come on. But yeah, no, I'm just trying to get an idea because
Well, Spawn. What
what
happened was Spawn was kind of like a stolen concept character. For a fact, in the '80s, Ghost Rider came first, and then Todd McFarlane was like, "Hey, that character is really cool. But, it would be cool if we did this with that kind of character."
Yeah, because he mashed up Venom, which was his creation.
Yeah, with Ghost Rider, and that's how you got Spawn.
Who played the original Spawn? It was Wesley Snipes?
No,
No,
that's
Michael
Blade.
J. White.
Michael J. White. Okay. No, Wesley Snipes was the king of that era, so it's just like
Wesley
Blade.
Snipes. yeah.
King of
Blade.
I loved the Blade 2 and 1.
Blade 2.
I almost said trilogy, but then
Yeah.
I remembered about that third
Trinity?
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which gave us, the only thing it gave us was the best insult ever. And it was done by Ryan Reynolds. So.
I don't even remember what it was, do you?
Yeah. You are a cock-juggling thunder cunt.
I mean, it's impressive.
That's creative.
It's creative for one, I'd definitely say. I mean, I enjoyed it. I just remember Blade gave me Great Sandstorm. That's all I need in my life.
I'm going to give it an 8.5 on the landing because the way Ryan Reynolds says it is really good.
No, it's delivery. But anyway, back on Jamie Foxx as Spawn.
I'm in.
the
I'm
movie's
in.
gonna be rated R, so
And also, it's going to be a horror movie.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be told from the bad guy, the antagonist point of view, and you don't see Spawn until like the very end. You don't even see Spawn.
Much like Immortal Hulk.
Right.
Yeah.
But the
Okay.
script's been written for like 2 years now.
So are they going to bring back the Defiler or whatever his name was?
Violator.
Violator.
I wish. I hope. John Leguizamo was so good in it.
he
I
was.
really like that movie. The CG is freaking awful, though. It
Yeah,
has not
yeah.
held up.
Malbolgia looked terrible, but Violator looked great.
I remember being freaked out of Violator because he was like a clown, and at that point, I was scared of Pennywise.
What
Yeah.
was it? Spawn, he's our man. If he can't do it, no one can. Yay, Spawny! Like, that shit was so good.
I thought you were gonna do the Aladdin joke. If he can't do it, good. All right. So the next thing, really quick, and I guess this will finish out this segment. Wolverine's new suit.
It's
If they do a 180 on that character, I'm quitting Marvel again.
so the thing about his new
Again?
suit, the thing about his new suit is the colors of Magneto,
Wait, so
black
it's like,
and red.
didn't he already have one like this?
No.
Where he was gray, black, and red.
It was brown, yellow, and
That's
red.
X-Force.
No, the one I'm talking about.
Yeah,
is
that's X-Force.
Yeah,
Okay.
but that's X-Force. That was great.
he
This
doesn't-
is pure black with red lines as a square.
But Magneto doesn't have. Wait, I'm sorry. Who did you say his color scheme was based on?
Current Magneto.
Current Magneto, because I was saying Magneto's purple and red.
Not anymore.
He was fuchsia.
He was fuchsia. Pardon me. Excuse me.
You're welcome.
He was
No,
a
but
magenta and fuchsia. Thank you.
I mean, that's where the joke
Yeah.
comes from with Days of Future Past. I don't want your fuchsia.
That's really good.
That was a good one.
Thank you.
That was a good one. I don't want your fuchsia.
I really like those movies.
I love First Class and Days of Future. I prefer the new trilogy to 1, 2, 3.
I agree. I just think Apocalypse had a
2
terrible
wasn't
ending.
bad. 2 was not bad. I still stand
2
by
is
it.
overrated, which is I put it up in that overrated.
Oh,
Yeah,
did you?
I saw that. I didn't want to bring that. Well, that's a topic as well at some
Yeah.
point. But no. I was gonna say Apocalypse. I liked all the X-Men First Class and that movie up until the ending, and I was like, oh, I guess that's just how you're gonna solve everything. Okay.
Yeah, with
This wasn't
Phoenix
built
Force.
up. It wasn't built up at all. It just
And now we're
shows
getting
up at
and
the end.
now the new X-Men movie is kind of on limbo right now.
Yeah, because there's still talk about whether or not Disney's going to even let them release it. Supposedly it's still going to get released, but we don't know.
How about we just make new superheroes? How about just,
DC right now has made 6 new different heroes. So
Marvel made a handful
companies-
right now.
Marvel made Ironheart.
We got the new Nova.
Whoa!
Is he Troy Baker?
You need to hold on 1 second. Let me say this about Ironheart. Rumor is she's replacing RDJ.
I heard that. I heard about that.
They already wrote a script, and it's part of the Blacklist. Have you ever heard of the Blacklist?
I mean, I'm on a few.
The Blacklist in film.
That was a bad one.
In film is basically for when a studio doesn't agree to a screenplay, but they don't produce it. They don't release it, but they keep it. And they consider it like really good.
They
like
just
it's
sit
a
on
really good screenplay that hasn't been made yet.
Just hold on to the license or kind
exactly.
Of, okay, I hear what you're saying.
And Kevin Feige supposedly wanted it. He wanted Ironheart in the MCU. We may have Ironheart.
Which, I mean, she is semi-popular. You know, not as popular as the new Miss Marvel or...
No, Miss Marvel is too precious for this world, but the only good person that wrote her was G. Willow Wilson.
I'm fine.
I cannot stand her in Champions.
Oh, no, she's the worst. They dumb her down. They dumb her down.
I'm fine with Ironheart being in the movie universe, but you're going to have a lot of people get a lot of flack for like, this is Iron Man this is the reason why I come see these movies. Because of fucking Robert Downey Jr.
Well, he's still gonna be in the movie, but he's gonna. But that's the way he's probably gonna be, written off,
retired or whatever.
Yeah, where he kind of passes down
He's
to Ironheart.
new Nick Fury.
Maybe,
yeah,
because he's a. Wait, no, Nick Fury's confirmed for the new Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, but true.
It's complicated.
Anyway,
Superheroes is complicated.
Yeah,
I mean, Moon Knight's coming to Netflix.
Hey, I'll watch
They almost wrote him in for the new Iron Fist, but they're holding him off. But he is coming to Netflix.
How legit is this? Because this is the first time hearing that.
The showrunner for Iron Fist talked about it
and said, "Yeah, we're getting Moon Knight.
We're getting Moon Knight."
Danny Rand.
I am very interested in that.
I love Moon Knight.
He won't wear his outfit until like the 4th season.
Fine.
Should he wear the cape and hood, or should he wear his suit?
Neither.
I need the suit.
Suit with the mask?
I no.
Like the tuxedo white?
No, I need the hood. I need that beautiful hood, and I need that wing, that ship.
Oh my god,
the
his
crescent moon.
He has his moon wing where it's basically a helicopter.
It's so shit.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
It's his bat plane.
Is it invisible?
It's stupid Moon Knight shit. All right. All right.
Section.
We gotta.
I mean, who's down for some medieval madness? Am I right?
Medieval madness.
Okay, so for those of you who don't know what that was, and it's actually probably a large portion of you guys out there, that was the intro to a show called Disenchanted, which is the new show from Matt Groening, the creator of The Simpsons and Futurama.
Ooh, where can we watch it?
You can watch it on Netflix. It has all of season 1 there.
How long is season 1?
I don't know.
I believe it's like 13 episodes.
Like 13 episodes or so.
I like when a show just 13 episodes. That's better. Although
Yeah.
I feel some Marvel shows should be 13 episodes. I mean, 8 episodes.
Yeah. But the thing is like, I thought it was just going to be the first two.
It's an audio, not a video.
Yes.
He nods his
He's
head.
nodding.
I agree,
yes.
but I mean, I agree.
Either way, so basically,
Tell us about it.
Basically, the whole idea of the show is that there's this princess, Princess Mia Beanie, and they basically just call her Bean, Princess Bean, the whole show. And she's a princess in this castle named Dreamland, and that's the name of the town right outside. And her whole thing is she doesn't want to be pigeonholed to a whole marriage thing. It's like the typical kind of cliche thing of the princess doesn't want to be married away thing. But the thing is that this character is kind of morally dubious in that she constantly drinks and does whatever the hell she wants in a way and parties, which I think is a newer concept for this kind of princess protagonist.
Sounds like Marita from Brave.
Yeah.
Right, but this one literally, she's like, oh, I just went out and had crazy sex and drank like crazy, and I have a hangover this morning. Like she does whatever the hell she wants, and I like that kind of idea to begin with. But the whole thing is that it takes place in like the medieval times, like a D&D kind of thing, and she's getting married or whatever, and then a demon approaches her and says, do whatever you want. I'm going to influence you to do whatever you want anyway. And she's like, I already do that to begin with, so you're kind of stuck with me then. And it ends up being that kind of comedic thing as they go through the kingdom and have all these kind of like very real, almost dark kind of humor to what's going on in the castle walls and stuff like that. And I'm talking about it at length because I'm trying to like set it up without talking about it too much, but you see all sorts of stuff return. It's not Futurama, but you can tell like...
It's Pastorama.
Yeah, kind of, almost in a way, but it's not the exact same humor. It's a little bit darker, actually, in a way.
Could they be a shared universe between all three franchises?
I'm pretty sure they said that Futurama was tied to this one.
Like Disenchanted takes place in the past, Simpsons is the present, and Futurama is the future.
It's possible. But like this show has a guy getting eaten alive by pigs within like the first 2 episodes. Like there's a sex orgy in the basement of the castle. Like I'm saying all these edgy things, but they handle it fairly well. And there's an elf named Elfo who's like straight from the Keebler Elfland, and he came to the castle and he has no idea what like sadness is. So it's like that's the foil between them. You have the main character who's very impulsive, a demon that's trying to get her to do bad stuff, and an elf that's trying to get her to do good stuff. And the dynamic actually works pretty well. Now, the thing that made me stay with the show, because the first 2 episodes are kind of whatever, was the voice talent. Because a lot of the voice talent from Futurama comes back. Bender plays her father as the king. Mom is in a few episodes as any older lady, period. Lisa Simpson's in it at some point. And... the big reveal that I was leading up to and I'm telling Adrian about. Play the clip, please.
You say something so controversial yet so brave.
Eric Andre plays the demon.
It's the best thing ever.
He's amazing.
He's hilarious.
He's so good as that demon. I would have never thought that was him. And I was like, oh shit, that is him.
I am done. I'm watching the show tonight.
Yeah, man.
Anything with Eric Andre is gold.
Yes.
And did you like Zap Brannigan?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have a character who's essentially just Zap Brannigan, just like D&D version. It's great.
Oh, that's even better.
Kip
plays the vizier. The king's what's it called? The person that talks to him.
The conciliary, the advisor.
Advisor, there you go. Yeah, he plays the advisor for the king. Kip.
Oh, that's funny.
Yes, it's me, Kip, and I talk like this. Yeah, dude, it was I think it's a fun time. Just saying, I recommend it.
All right. I'm gonna have to give it a watch. Eric Andre, I binged his show. It was so good on Hulu. I loved it to death.
Pretty much, he talks like Eric Andre, obviously, like on his own show. But his whole thing is that he's a demon. He wants all the bad things to happen, and he's sarcastic about it in a way. So he's like cynical but funny in a way. I can't describe it anymore without just giving you full on episode plots. You know.
I'll bet you like to give it. So what?
Okay, so there's this giant with just one eye, and people are like, "It's a giant, run away!" And she's like, "Well, if you guys actually asked who I was, you'd know that I'm actually a nice person." Oh, oops, I accidentally knocked that over. Ah, she's destroying the village. This validates my racism. It's like it's so aware of itself, and I just think it's really funny. This validates my bigotry. That's what he says. Never mind.
All right. So yeah, I'm giving it a watch. How about you?
I seen my first episode with George yesterday, and it was funny. It was strangely a little dark too at some parts of the episode, which makes me surprised, you know. But it was. I recommend it.
It's a Hansel and Gretel episode.
Oh my god!
And they really turn that folklore on its head. They switch it around a lot.
Because there's not a whole lot of ways to switch it around, considering how many times it's been done.
Jesus, do they?
No,
There's
they
gore
did
in
it
this
really
one.
Good.
Like you're actually eating somebody.
They're eating someone. The main character eats someone and goes, "Oh no, is this Alpha?" And they go, "No," and she goes, "Oh okay." It's like, oh okay.
Continues eating. All right. So what else is on the subject?
The next show. Let's see. Power Rangers news. Vinny, what do you
Vinny,
got?
go ahead.
So Saban, just right after the success of the movie and a new season coming up, they sold the rights to Power Rangers to Hasbro, which is kind of weird because they like 5 years ago they just recently bought the rights back from Disney.
So when can we expect the My Little Pony Power Rangers crossover?
Hopefully by next year.
Okay.
Because the new season is called Beast Morphers.
It's their new mounts.
Why not, right?
So A long time ago, I used to watch Screw Attack and their Death Battle series, and they did Rainbow Sparkle versus Starscream.
Okay, there's no. Wow, I'm sorry if I'm gonna be that guy.
Like Transformers Starscream?
Yes.
Rainbow Sparkle.
And Rainbow Sparkle 1.
Okay,
In that Death Battle.
I don't even know if I want to correct this, to be honest.
I hate Death Battle, but every brony I've shown that to also conveniently likes Transformers, and they all said, yeah, that's right.
I don't think I've seen this one.
Okay, it's Rainbow Dash.
Sorry, Rainbow Dash.
Who won,
Twilight
Rainbow
Sparkle.
Dash?
You mix the two.
Who won, Rainbow
I
Dash
don't
or
know why
Starscream?
I care.
Rainbow Dash.
Isn't Starscream like literally like a jet?
I'm about to make myself sound like an asshole, but she has the sonic rain boom.
I'm done.
I know.
Yeah, do that breathing, because that's
It's a sonic rain boom, and it could go just as fast as anyone else. I hope you
all right.
understand.
That's Murder Face now.
It's murder faces up here.
The only My Little Pony I've seen was the Shed Dop MOV. I think you showed me this.
The thing is Vinny was around for that phase in my life where the brony thing happened. So I was like, oh, that's popular. It has good music. Sure, whatever. I just want to listen to the music. And then I ended up just finding the Hot Diggity Demon cartoons and just ran with it. So I don't know.
Trailing off with that, I remember one time at a convention, George, the My Little Pony was there, and George dressed up like a clothes to
I think you
match
should
like
stop.
one of the ponies.
I think you should stop this right now.
Everybody was complimenting my Silent Hill T-shirt while he was trying to be like, "Oh, I'm whoever the guy was."
There was brony. It was like it was first off, it was Go Animate, so it wasn't really like a brony con per se. But they had the My Little Pony actors, the voice actors, and I was like, I want to talk to them because I want to be a voice actor. So I put on the Big Mac shirt because he's the big guy in the show, because obviously that's who I liked. So like I go and talk to this person, and they're like, yeah, I have no hints for you at all. Just good luck. And I'm like, oh, okay. And they're like, hey, nice Silent Hill shirt, Vinny. And I'm like, oh. Oh. Today's not a good day.
The worst part of that day was Teddy. Well, we got hugged by this guy who cosplayed as Teddy from Persona 4, and he smelled horrendous.
No deodorant. Just period, no deodorant.
CanonFire fully endorses using deodorants at cons. Please don't be that stereotype. That's one stereotype I aim that this show destroys.
Grab the stick. Don't be a stink.
That's why I like wearing cologne when I go outside. At least I smell good.
Yeah. I mean, I think I smell pretty decent.
I don't smell you right now, so.
You want to smell me?
No, I'm good.
All right. You want to smell me?
We'll have that answer after the show. The next one, please.
The next
whoa. What about Saban? What are they going to do with it?
Right now, so Hasbro has announced that they are going to make the sequel to the Power Rangers movie, and it's going to focus more towards the Green Ranger, obviously, since that's the big thing.
They totally built up to it with the whole Bueller thing
Tommy,
at the end.
Is Tommy here? And I actually, even though this is a podcast, I did bring actual Power Rangers morphers.
Which we'll take a picture of with them.
Yeah, go for it.
Thank you.
And the first thing Hasbro has released with Power Rangers, turn it on first.
Yeah, well, you know what?
It's
Zordon's fault.
You just don't believe. And the first thing Hasbro has released with the Power Rangers line is that they released morphers for the Zeo series, Zeo season, the Zeonizers, and I'm willing to pick that up. And Hasbro is going to take over for the new season, and
Saban doesn't really have anything other than Power Rangers, right?
Yeah, what the hell is Saban going to do now?
Saban has other things.
Saban or Saban?
Saban. It's Japanese.
Fine.
They have other things, but they don't advertise it as much.
Saban-sama.
They used to have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for a little while, and that's how they did the crossover.
Nick has it.
Wait, whoa, what?
So when Power Rangers in Space was going on the season, they did a crossover episode with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
That's not the first time they did a crossover.
Who owned Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles when the live action movie came out?
No, that's Mighty Morphin. This is in space.
No, I'm saying when the movie of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the first one.
Yeah.
Did they own them then, Saban?
Yeah.
What?
And it was Nick bought it back, you know?
Yeah. Okay.
Nick.
And I mean, I'm actually really excited about Hasbro maybe taking over the show, hopefully, because the recent things with Saban, the seasons haven't been great. It's been, you know, and the 25th anniversary special is coming out on the 28th. And they got various Rangers from past seasons, including Tommy, who's
Yeah, there's a conversation we need to have on the show about that.
which has every single power ever because he's like 5 different Rangers. He was the Green Ranger, then White, then the Zeo,
Since
then
he's
Turbo.
the most, get this, Adrian. Since he's the most reoccurring Ranger, he's the Mary Sue. Of the
Yeah,
Power
in the
Rangers
season,
universe.
he's gonna show off all of his forms in the special.
He can switch.
He's constantly gonna switch throughout the episode between the black Bronchiosaurus Ranger, then he's gonna switch over to the green, then
Vinny knows all of them, but he has a lot.
he has the ability to turn invisible now.
He's just like so broken.
He is the most broken character ever.
So when people are like, "I love the Green Ranger," it's like
Even
yeah,
the
you
comic
would.
books right now, he's the hero and the villain at the same time in the comic books right now with Lord Draken.
Yeah, no, I don't doubt it.
All right. You want to talk about the package?
All right,
Yes.
so in my Netflix foray, as I was looking at Disenchanted, my boyfriend thought it'd be funny to watch this show he found called The Package.
Is it about mail?
Mail enhancement. Yes, it is about mail packages. We will get to
No, mail.
Oh,
like shipping the
MIL?
package?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck you. No.
Here's the mail, it never
The funny
fails.
thing ab-
It
Makes me wanna wag my tail. When it comes, I wanna wail.
Mail!
The funny thing about the package, what George just mentioned, is that Al hasn't realized what the movie was about, and I had to point it to him. Literally,
so stupid.
Like it took him like 20 minutes for him to realize what it was about.
The picture of it on Netflix is of an eggplant. And he was like, I don't get why there's an eggplant as the image. And I was like, what
I
do you
literally
mean you
had to
don't
just
get it?
tell him what a
So you
penis
guys
was.
don't sex. You guys don't send each other emojis like
No.
the cucumber.
Just send the picture. Why use fruit?
Well, you know,
I eat
by all
eggplant,
means,
not penis.
I have my own fruits to portray. Anyway, let me go.
Hashtag I eat eggplant, not penis. Follow at LeisurelyVinny.
Because my grandma makes good like eggplant parmesan, but I don't want to think about dicks when I'm at my grandma's.
Yeah, your grandma's dick is just out of control too.
It's full of sauce and
I
sugar.
wonder if she thinks about dicks when she's cooking.
Anyway,
I hope not.
The package. The
hope
package
not.
is the
You
show.
open this.
It's a cat. It is a comedy show, actually a movie, I believe, on Netflix.
Yeah.
Where I didn't know what was happening until I. Okay, so
Who's
it's
the
about-
villain?
There's no villain.
There's no villain.
I'll tell you what the villain is.
It's yourself.
It's the
people-
race against time is the villain.
It's people accidentally chopping their dicks off.
Whoa! You're giving away the twist here. So there's these teenagers go on a camping trip, and you're like, okay, I guess they're like, I thought it was gonna be a fucking serial killer movie, like a fucking slasher film, because it's set up that way. They go on a camping trip, they get alcohol.
It's Cabin
and-
in the Woods again.
It kind of, yeah. It's the same setup as Cabin in the Woods, but when they get to the woods, they have a good time on the first night, and then at one point, one of their friends goes off into the woods with his new knife, his new switch knife, and his other friends sneak up on him while he's taking a piss, and he cuts his dick off.
Why would you have a knife in your hand while holding
He's
it?
been
I don't
playing
know.
with it. He's been playing with it the entire
Yeah,
time.
he's playing with the knife the whole time, and he accidentally cuts his dick off, and it's played comedically, like, oh man, what, and he's like, what are you looking down there? Don't look down there, there's nothing wrong there, your dick's missing, and it's funny at first, and I'm like, okay, this is funny, until you see the dick flying in the air, and then at some point, like a squirrel takes it, and then they have this whole scene where he's peeing and bleeding at the same time, and it shows them trying to put ice on the wound, and then at some point, they go in the woods to find it, and they find
That's
the
the
dick.
worst thing you could do is put ice.
Someone vomits on the dick,
Dude.
and then they grab
Oh
it.
god, yeah, you think sick about
And
thinking about it.
it's like, it was just disgusting. I'm sorry. Like,
That is so
I'm
gross.
fine for gore shit if it's built up to, but this was just dick gore constantly. There was no, and I was like, is this
And you,
not?
as a proud gay man, you felt hurt.
I felt personally attacked, honestly, but it was just kind of like, it was trying to be funny about it, but with all the fucking sudden graphicness of a fucking
I don't
horror
know.
movie.
For me, it sounds like a dick-oriented Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? That was a parody on the whole backwards hillbilly
It sounds like
thing.
a parody.
Sure, but a parody of what?
Like an evil version of American Pie. It's just dicks.
Of just camping? This is what these kids were doing, and then they're just making jokes about it. But dude, they grab the vomited on dick, mind you, and they hold it over a flame. And it's just like, this is just dick torture, the show.
Why would you burn the dick?
I think she said something about cauterizing the wound, but it's stupid as fuck because there's no wound on there. It's just a fucking cut off dick. It's not something you could cauterize.
Oh, no, it's just a cut.
Anyway, it was funny for a few lines. I will give them that. But your show just went terribly in a weird direction, super hard. And I got it. Get it? Hard.
I had.
Can you dig it, sucker?
Obviously, I couldn't.
That hard line
So
got
did
me.
you and Al end up watching the whole thing?
No, bro, I couldn't finish it.
Did
honestly,
he end up watching the whole thing?
I think he started it back up again and with Diego, and he actually stopped it halfway because no one was having a good time watching this dick torture show.
Yeah, there's.
Why is it on Netflix? Who greenlit this?
You can make it funny, but you are legitimately showing everything, and it's like that's fucking gross.
It's like
Sometimes it's better to don't tell. I mean, don't show but tell.
yeah.
Have you ever seen a blood piss stream and a piss stream going off at once? It's
No.
fucking gross.
No,
that
sounds disgusting.
I've
All right, let's just
More pleasant topic.
Yeah, no, I think we all need to like take a breather considering the time.
Okay.
So
oh
let's.
my god! Don't do it! Don't do it! Oh jeez, my favorite Facebook page is Fan Freaks. Everyone should subscribe to it.
Really quick, I want to run down a lot of news. It came out that Tim Miller, the former director of Deadpool 2, had sketches done for Fantastic Four to show up in Deadpool 2. Apparently, they were cut completely when they changed.
Jokes that he just wrote for the character.
No, they were gonna show up. They had character sketches and everything for CGI and stuff. They were gonna use the Fantastic Four in there. Then everything happened.
The movie tanked.
Also, as well, Deadpool 2 is out on Blu-ray. Infinity War is also on Blu-ray. Death of Superman is also on Blu-ray. Just a lot of features are
Home
out.
releases.
Yeah, home releases. Blu-ray is still a thing. It's still kind of alive, even though it's a physical media is dying. Yeah, I'm waiting for Black Friday to buy.
I like physical copies because I like looking at it on my shelf.
Yeah, it's the physical art of it as well.
Despite what George thinks, Ready Player One is also available. He hated it.
I don't care for it.
I loved it, but
I don't care.
I could understand. That's all I'm gonna say.
Cool robot. That's all they saw with the Iron Giant. Whole movie is
The
about
Gundam
him
was
not
like
being a gun.
the Gundam was in
The
it.
whole movie is about Iron Giant.
It's about choice.
Yeah, it's about his choice and how he chooses to not be
Right.
the weapon he was.
You do
created
know
as.
they use him as a vehicle in that.
Yeah, I know, which is
get
great use of that character.
All right.
No, it's
Are you
not.
gonna be this butt mad?
Yeah, but hurt,
Fine.
but tragedy. but what?
Really
When
quick,
his parents got struck.
I also wanted to talk about that. Really quick, you just finished Disenchanted. I wanted to talk about right now. I'm currently watching Chuck, which is starring Shazam's Zachary Levi, and it's an old show. It's pretty good. I like it. It's not the greatest thing since sliced bread, but it's pretty good. Vinny, are you watching anything currently?
I just finished watching the entirety of The Office for the first time. Like everybody I know is binge watched
The American
Office.
version or the UK?
American.
Yeah.
Everybody I know has binge watched that show like multiple times.
I've only binge watched it once. I can never do it again.
I've only seen like episodes here and there, but I fully like binge watched the whole thing. I can see why people do it.
Yeah.
Like there's a huge, like emotional stakes to it,
I think the way that show is filmed in particular, it knows its tiny
Film?
little story. Did I say film?
Yeah.
Well, they filmed it still.
I mean, all right.
Yeah,
It's a
TV show, but
All
they
right.
still filmed the TV show.
They did. I'm
Anyway, Mr. Correcty Pants over here.
Yes, you can see, I am a bit of a grammar.
And what's the
The
crazy
structure of the show is very bite-sized. There are overarching plots among the different shows, but there's always something in each episode. It's not like it leads directly. I mean, they did do some two-parters, but for
Yeah.
the most part, what's going on in the office today, that's how it relates to these characters. And I thought it worked really well.
The crazy thing about The Office is that it's the background stuff. Like the Scranton Strangler is a huge thing, and for a while I thought that Toby the HR guy was the Scranton Strangler.
It's a bait and switch.
Then Creed.
It's totally
Creed
Creed.
is the weirdest character of the entire show. Like,
But he's great.
It would be like on Halloween, he'll be covered in blood.
I was just about to bring up that one.
and then he'll be like, "Oh, thank God, today's Halloween."
No, it was Creed. That's not Krieger. Creed. You're all covered in blood. Oh, it's a great zombie costume. And then it cuts to like the camera shot of them being interviewed. Today is Halloween. That is convenient.
He was manager of the branch for like 2 episodes.
And it was a great.
It was great.
Hold on. Tell me what this is. That would be Northern Lights Indica. Wrong.
It's marijuana. Creed was good.
He's some of the best lines.
And what's it called? James Spader was good too.
I think that's where the show should have ended when Michael left. However, the ending of the show was great.
I cried.
Particularly with Nard Dog.
Yeah.
I wish somebody would tell you when the good days were before you left them. Like, that quote hit me hard. However, after watching The Office and watching Parks and Rec is a better show.
I haven't fully seen Parks and Rec, but I don't know. I feel like with Parks and Rec is a lot leaning more towards silly than the drama.
You think that. The problem, Pratt,
thank you.
The problem with Parks and Rec is that season 1. That season 1 was god-awful. Thankfully, it's only 6 episodes. But it doesn't overstay its welcome. That's what I feel Office did with seasons 7, 8, and 9.
I don't know, because Parks and Rec, like the only thing I remember from it is that's when Chris Pine? No, Chris
Pratt.
Damn it.
I just corrected
There's
it.
3 Chris's. Pardon me.
There's actually 4. There's Hemsworth, Evans, Pratt, Pine.
Anyway, but yeah, Pratt. That's when he was, well, in my opinion, when he was chunkier, and I thought he was more attractive then. And then there's this other character with a beard.
He stays chunky the entire time. Oh, Ron Swanson.
I thought
he has a mustache.
Yeah, he was funny at first. And then the whole thing of
Aubrey
his character,
Plaza was good in it.
She's always great, no matter what she does.
He has a lot of development. At first, he gets a little bit like, all right, this is kind of too on the nose, but then he gets better.
Okay, because all I've seen are Tumblr gift sets of this guy, and like, I love bacon and breakfast. And that's it. And it's like, okay.
He gets better.
All right, I hope
he
so.
gets better.
All right.
Now,
we have a lot of stuff in this category.
We do, but we just wanted to talk about the shows we watched.
Right,
and
right.
stuff of that nature.
I don't mind talking about that.
I talked about Disenchanted. Who cares what you guys? I mean,
yeah, technically, you just watched the newest show. You know, at least your show came out this year.
Yeah, that's true.
Our stuff's old by comparison. Wanted to talk about Dead by Daylight.
Okay.
I played it. You've been playing a lot.
A lot.
Compared to everyone at this table. Tell me about the Nightmare on Elm Street DLC.
Well, I think I should start by saying what Dead by Daylight even is to begin with. Dead by Daylight is a 4 versus 1 multiplayer game.
Online,
it's multiplayer only, and the whole idea is that it's 4 survivors that are trying to escape 1 killer. The map is relatively small to medium, it's not too big. The goal of the survivors is to activate 5 generators to open the door, and opening the door takes time.
Actually, it's 1 generator more than the amount of survivors. So if you're playing with 4 survivors, you need 5. But if you're playing with 3 survivors, it's 4.
Okay, for the most part, you're playing with a full group and it's 5. But I hear what you're saying.
Right, but if you wanted to do like a friendly game or whatever, and I've done it with like me versus D, she'll be the killer, and I was the survivor, and all I had to do was activate 2 generators, which I didn't last a minute because I was the only one.
Because the game doesn't work very well if there's few survivors and 1 killer the whole match.
No.
So, I mean, that's one thing, but the whole thing is the idea is that they have to handle the generators so that you can open a door, and it takes time to open the switch for the door, and then you can run out. The killer has to kill all of them and put them on these meat hooks. And on the meat hooks, you have 3 tries on a meat hook before you're instantly killed. Because someone can go over and take you off the meat hook, and it's all about the killer just making sure everyone's on the meat hook. The game is super fun. Okay, I had a
hard
blast.
too, I find.
The thing is if you're a survivor, you have to do quick time events. And if you're not good at quick time events, then it'll probably be a lot harder. But there are different skills that each survivor has. So it's almost like an RPG in the sense that they have specific powers Like the super villains.
There's
The
even
killers
leveling
and the
up
survivors.
system.
Yeah, the survivors and the killers both have their own abilities that you can sort of do, which brings me to Nightmare on Elm Street, as Adrian so eloquently introduced me to. So the thing is that there are DLCs for this game. They're only $8 each, so it's actually pretty cheap, all things considered. And you can play as Michael Myers. You can play as Pigface from the Saw movies. You can play as Leatherface from Texas Chainsaw Massacre. You can play as I'm forgetting one besides Freddy Krueger.
Michael Myers.
The clown.
I think. Well, the clown is the other one. I guess they couldn't get Pennywise, so they added just a clown.
Yeah.
And then there's Freddy Krueger. So you have all these options.
And you did Saw and Leatherface.
No, because those are DLCs. I only bought the Jigsaw one just because I like Saw, I guess, and he's a more quicker killer, and I like that. But anyway, the Freddy Krueger thing. The reason why we bring it up is because he's cheap as balls. I'm sorry, but like every other killer has drawbacks to their powers. Freddy Krueger does not. Freddy Krueger is invisible in the real world, has an AoE attack where a sanity bar starts filling up if you're even near him, and when you do that all the way and it fills up, your character falls asleep and is in the dream world, and basically changes your environment. It makes everything you do go 2 times as slow, and he kind of knows where you are.
Can he hurt you in the real world?
Yeah.
He can hurt you in the real world?
He can literally, since he's invisible, he can just follow you, and then there's an ability that you can pop out in front of them, and then that gets you points or something, or that makes him fall deeper in the sleep thing or some stupid shit. He has so many things going on for him, it's not fair.
Also, I'd like to point out that the Michael Myers one is directly after the 1978 Halloween Part 1.
Yeah.
So, and it's you can play as Laurie.
I was gonna say,
And-
by the DLC you can get Laurie Strode.
And you have Haddonfield, and it's actually based on the classic, not the remake. However, my beef with the Nightmare on Elm Street DLC is that it's based on the remake, and you don't even get.
You don't get English or
You don't get the girl. You get the dude who helped the girl in the remake, Quentin Smith.
yeah.
Which.
Yeah, but the thing is, they don't really even have the likeness of the actors or anything. Like Detective Tapp is for the Saw DLC, who's the guy who gets his throat slit, and he's played by Donald Glover.
Right.
Yeah, he's cool as shit. He doesn't look like him in the movie at all. But whatever, I wanted a cop character so I could be Leon. So,
With no gun.
With no gun. He goes in there, no gun, nothing, whatever.
Except a flashlight.
Flashlight.
You can blind the killer.
Blinding barely works, mind you. But
I told this about the game to Liz Oak, and you know what she said?
what?
Oh, so you're not really a killer, you're a wounderer. Because you technically just wound the person and put them on a hook.
Because you're sacrificing them to some unnamed entity.
No, the actual entity is called the entity.
Yeah, I know, that's what I mean. It's just the entity. But the thing is I didn't know if you knew this, but there are ways that you can just kill them outright.
Oh.
It's a buff. It's like one of your perks as you level up. There's one that says just kill, and you don't have to worry about the hook. You just kill them automatically.
Nice.
But you have to knock them down. It's a whole 9 yards.
The Michael Myers one is the one I want the most because that's my favorite horror franchise.
Well, me too, but
I mean, that can say about all 3 of us.
yeah, I know.
And Michael gets a really cool buff where if you focus on one survivor and intentionally like leave them alone, but like hit them, but leave them alone then, it like strengthens you and weakens them.
It's that because it's called Michael Myers Obsession. That's the move. And basically you choose one person. I don't know if you choose it or if it just chooses one at random. I have no idea. But basically it chooses one survivor and you will always have a link with that character. So if that character's looking at you, you will be notified of it. And same thing if you're looking at them, they'll be notified of it. So it's this whole mind game with that one person.
And the great thing is, as soon as like the buff happens, you hear the theme.
Oh yeah, the piano trill.
Yeah.
It's not the dun 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 dun. I think
No,
that's it.
you do that when you're the last survivor and you're the obsession.
I think that's it. I don't know if the obsession changes. I think it's only one obsession per
No. But like if you're the last survivor intentionally by Michael.
Oh, okay.
And Michael's chasing you or whatever, you hear the dun 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 dun.
Well,
dun,
he
dun.
activates this thing that adds an exposed status or whatever, and that's what has the little trill. But it's only the first little bit of it. It's not the whole song.
No. I guess they couldn't hold the rights.
No. They have the song playing when you're being chased. It goes dun, 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 ding, 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 ding. You know what I mean? That's the chase theme, and it's in there. Just really quick, the Jigsaw killer, he puts you in a reverse bear trap.
Yeah.
It's pretty fun.
That is cool.
Basically, what you do is you down them, put a trap on them, and they have to go to these different points in the map to get it off. So it's not really like, oh, I know their location like Freddy Krueger, but it's like they have to go get it off first before they go anywhere.
Yeah.
Now, you could get this for free right now because of...
PlayStation Plus. It is free.
It's free for the month. The DLC we're talking about is
It's
extra,
not free.
of course, unfortunately.
But if you get it for free, DLC is not so bad.
Yeah, so I didn't mind dropping $8 on this game because I actually had a really good time playing it. So, and Vinny, you played it for the first time last night.
It was hard. It was hard. But you know what? I see the appeal of it, and I liked it. You know, I also downloaded it too. I just haven't gotten a chance to go around to play it on my own. But I'm willing to pick up Leatherface.
Oh, cool. There's a thing as well that I forgot to mention that if you're the last survivor, there's a hatch somewhere on the map.
Yeah, but even then, you have to like find the map to find the hatch or something.
Not even. It's just somewhere randomly in the map, and it doesn't open or make sound until you're the last person left. So it's hard as hell to find. But
Don't you need a key to open it?
You do not, unless if there's more than one survivor, you can get the key to open it.
Okay.
But if there's only one left, it opens and it makes like a kind of noise, and you have to find that. And Vinny was watching me play one where the killer got me, right? And he was doing a lot of mistakes because what he was doing, he was downing people and then going to find the others, which is a bad move because you could just crawl away and have someone revive you. But he was watching me, and I found the freaking hatch, right? And I'm like, oh my god, the hatch is right there. I could just crawl into it, but he's probably gonna pick me up and put me on a hook. He goes to find the other person, kills them, and leaves me with the hatch. And I'm just like, okay, and I just crawl out, and I win. I was like, what an idiot. Vinny and I freaked out. We were just like, how the fuck did he survive?
We were screaming throughout the whole like, how the hell is he doing this?
He's an idiot.
Okay, so my experience with it, I'm playing with D and like 3 other randoms. And the killer is using the hillbilly one with the chainsaw and the hammer.
He's fast, yeah.
But this guy was making a lot of mistakes, and he kept doing the charge up and running.
And fucking it up.
And I kept dodging that. I was running away. D was the first to die. And then the other 2 weren't repairing generators. They were just hiding out. I was doing all the work. I had to do 5 generators. I ended up doing 3. They were doing the other ones, apparently. Anyway, comes to the end of the game. I fixed the last generator, the end of the match. The matches last long. I'm really grateful that there's no time limit.
I mean, it depends on your killer, but yeah.
So then the killer got the second to last. I'm the last guy, and I was the lucky one. I had the
Ace.
Ace.
That's Vinny's character too.
Yeah, I was using the
Ace Viscotti.
So I'm running to that door because I know where the metal door is, and I got the switch ready. But then the killer, apparently, I thought I was being sneaky, found me. And as soon as I got to the hatch and I started, not the hatch, excuse me, the switch to open the door, he sees me, and then I'm like, just
That's when you let go of it and you go to the other door. There's 2 doors on the map.
oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, man. Because then the killer could just park in front of one door and never go.
It has a little bit of a Resi 2 vibe where, you just figure it out. There's really no tutorials.
No, there is a tutorial in the beginning, but I totally skipped it. But yeah, there's one in the begining.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I mean, I see what you mean on the whole survival aspect. It's not like there's any one way to survive. Like, I don't know if I mentioned this, but the killer plays in first person. The survivors play in third.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the killer actually has a really high percentage of just losing eye contact with the survivor that's running away. In many cases, you can just run up to the killer and crouch to the right of them. And since they're in first person, they can't see in that one little corner. So you can really like cross up some killers if you're quick enough.
Now, I'm really enjoying it. I would actually be down if Bone King TV got off his ass and we all did a stream.
Bone King. Yeah, we should.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. My unpredictable computer will work with me finally.
I actually need your help. I am hosting a tournament for MCC. It's going to be Dragon Ball, obviously, September 8th. But I'm working with a capture card. I've never done it before.
Sure. I mean, all you have to do is download the program. I'll talk to you after the show. It's really easy. You just download the program.
All right. I'm borrowing a friend's, so we'll see where it goes from there. we should really just end the show now because we are running out of time.
1 second. So I was running away from the killer, and there was a killer, and he's the trapper. He has bear traps on the ground, and I see a survivor running next to me, and he's just booking it towards the door. I'm like, you're an idiot. You're going to get hit by one of those bear traps. And he gets snagged, and I'm like, haha, shrink. Oh, fuck. And I got caught, too, and I'm like, son of a bitch. Oh, the game's too good. The game is too good.
It's fun. It's fun. I also really recommend Mafia 3, which is the other offering on PlayStation.
Oh, yeah, I got to try it.
It's really hard if you're... it's not for the faint of heart, because the subject matter is pretty hardcore.
Yeah, I mean, Mafia 2 was a lot of fun. It took place in Miami.
I loved Mafia 2.
That was the Miami one, right? And they were all like...
I haven't played a single Mafia game.
Godfather.
Shit. All right, my bad.
Mafia 2 is in a fictional city. Empire Bay. But this one's in...
a fictional city, Empire Bay.
And this is another fictional city called New Bordeaux.
Liberty City.
Okay. Liberty City and Empire Bay aren't...
They're New York.
Okay.
How are they not New York?
Okay. Well, New Bordeaux is the fictional city of Mafia 3, and it's New Orleans.
Oh, well, then that's different. But I mean, like, Liberty City is New York.
Okay.
It is.
No one's disagreeing with me. Okay, good.
I mean, we're not.
All right, fine.
Anyway, Vinny, any final thoughts?
Before we kill you?
No, enjoy yourself.
Oh, that sounded weird.
That was deep. I don't know. What do we do with that?
I don't know. George, always a pleasure. Vinny, always a pleasure to have you on.
Glad to be here.
Felt good to be back behind the mic again.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It has. We're not gonna. I don't think we're gonna miss any more shows. Again, this one was on me. I wanted to enjoy my birthday.
Yeah. I mean, I was out of town for Al's birthday, so I mean...
I was here.
Vinny's always here.
I was here. I was standing in this exact same spot waiting for you guys.
Yeah,
right.
So next show, he'll be just standing there waiting for us. So, you know.
I hope not, because he's got to... This place closes. All right. Again, also, really quick, fan freaks... I'm loving everything you guys are doing. All these posts are great.
Oh, can I mention that?
Sure.
Okay, so I came up with this idea really fast. Michael Medina and Colin Smith, if you guys are down for it, we were thinking of adding your questions to the show. We saw how popular Vinny's anime openings thread went, and then this one with most overrated films, it blew up. So how can we not talk about it?
I'm really glad that my Citizen Kane and Dark Knight Rises wasn't as hated. I thought people would hate me.
I thought I was going to get crucified for episode 6.
No? People agreed with you?
Yeah, so I was like, okay,
I mean, I agree.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll be able to talk about that kind of stuff. So throw in your questions.
We got to throw in horror now, because nobody's done horror.
The thing is, I was thinking about overrated horror films, and they're campy to me, and I like them. So, like, are they really overrated? I don't know. So I don't know.
Oh, because for horror, it's not that big of an audience as like an action movie or like...
No,
it's nicher, I guess. You know,
it is niche.
It's a closer.
All right.
But either way.
Anyway, folks, that's been CanonFire. Take care. See you next time. Love you.
Bye.